Hey love, so this is what my hair is currently looking like. It is so messy, so frizzy, but there's so much growth. It's been 5 weeks and look at the difference from the day I braided it till today. You can see that as I pull the braids, they're so loose off. And of course, I always say this, it may loosen up a little bit during washing, but most of it is growth. In this video, I am going to be taking down my cornrows that I've had in my hair for almost 5 weeks, and you can see the growth is insane. This is the most hair growth I have ever got from cornrows, so I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. So throughout this time, I washed my hair 3 times within it's like slightly over 4 weeks. I can't even remember exactly, but it's over 4 weeks, almost 5 weeks. So the whole time I washed my hair 3 times, and I do have a video showing how I wash my hair in cornrows. So if you're interested in that, I'll link it at the end of this video. And then I also used rice water twice while my hair was in these cornrows as well. And I'm pretty sure on the wash day that I did, I actually used rice water, so you can see how I use it then as well. And I do believe the rice water really helped. Apart from the rice water, I also did use my Moringa oil. I just put it in a do-grow bottle because why should I get another bottle when I have this one right here? So this is all Moringa oil, and this is the only new change because most of the time when my hair is in cornrows, I do use rice water at least once, but I've never used Moringa oil, and I think the Moringa oil has really done something amazing because this growth is insane. Again, if you want to know how to make Moringa oil, I did a detailed video on how to make it, and I'll also link that at the end of this video or in the eye somewhere later on in the video. That is what I did throughout, in case you're wondering how my hair grew this much. Washing your hair in cornrows is actually very vital. So today I'm going to be taking down and detangling. And if you're wondering who I am, who just started talking to you, my name is Angelica. I post videos twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays, and then on Friday I post an extra fun video once in a while. And this can be whatever you guys request, whether it is a fun hairstyling video, a get to know me, or whatever kind of video you guys want. Let me know in the comment section below what you would like to see, and also hit the subscription button. It is right down there, as well as the bell icon. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. Without further ado, let's get straight into this video, and it will be voiceover style so I don't waste too much time. Let's get into it. Okay, so first I start by spraying down my hair, and this is a very light spritz. If you don't have a continuous spray bottle like mine, I suggest you can use the regular spray bottles, but just use it very far away from your hair, so just a little bit touches your hair. But if you're using an infinity spray bottle like this, which is what I definitely recommend, then you can just spray even close to your hair, but don't spray too much. You just want your hair to feel like it is lightly moisturized. You don't want it wet and you don't want it damp. So I don't use any combs. As you saw, I said no combs. I do not use combs when I'm unbraiding my hair. I just use my nails to unbraid, and that's because combs can rip out your hair and damage your hair, especially the ends, and sometimes you can't really feel where the hair is snapping if you're using a comb, which is why I prefer to use my hands. I also don't braid my hair all the way to the ends, as you saw the little coils at the end of my braids, and that makes it very easy to unbraid as well. So as you can see, I go straight from the bottom. I don't do that thing where I jump high up the braid and then like pull the hair, because that also causes breakage. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. But I'm just gently detangling, and I tried to show it like an average speed when I started, so you could see that even though it looks a bit violent because it's in high speed, I am extremely gentle with my hair, and you can feel all the little parts of your hair where they might be little snags or anything like that. And even if I find a little knot or a snag, I will not get a comb at this point. I will just use my fingers to move away the tangles and to continue unbraiding the hair, as you can see. So here, once I get to the front, you start to see that at the very front of my hair, I do have a little buildup, and on average, my hair is pretty clean. Even after this, when I washed it, at this point, I was like, my hair grew so much. I was so shocked. But anyway, my hair is pretty clean, but right in the front there, as you can see, I do have some buildup, and that buildup is usually caused by me wearing any kind of hair gel or like freeze spray, any bit of glue or anything like that when I was wearing wigs, just some residue that might be stuck there. And I also use my hands to detangle that. And now I'm spraying a little bit more water on the hair, and I'm pulling out shed hairs. And there you could see a little close up. You can see the little white dots in my hair. That is actually the roots of my hair, which means that it is shed hair and not broken hair. And then that little product there I was showing you just now is actually the aloe and coconut water detangler by African Pride, and I love this detangler so much. I don't make my hair wet with it, as you can see. I put some on the roots and then I drag it down my hair and then I put it towards my ends, and then I proceed to finger detangle. And in this process again, I'm just removing all the shed hairs because those will come out naturally, and if you don't remove them, they can cause extra tangling. And now to detangle, I'm using my Tangle Teaser. You guys know I love my other easy detangling brush, but when it comes to unbraiding, I need the gentlest option, and the Tangle Teaser is like the gentlest comb that I have that can thoroughly detangle my hair with no pain, no snapping, and no breakage. So this is not sponsored, by the way. I just like the Tangle Teaser. So after I detangle every single braid, I go ahead and twist it up. If you want, you can braid it. I find twisting is much less manipulation, and the same way I do the braid, I don't twist it all the way to the fine point. I just wrap it around my finger. And the reason why I twist this hair is because I don't want it to mix with the rest of the hair, so that as I'm detangling, I'm only detangling one section once. Like unbraiding the hair is enough manipulation. I don't need to be combing the same piece of hair multiple times, not to mention it can tangle with the rest of the hair and you can cause breakage. So I highly suggest that you do every braid by itself and then just twist it up, or you can clip it away, whatever you want to do so that it doesn't mix with the rest of the hair. And I will be doing this to every other single braid as we go forward. So yes, it is kind of repetitive. We will be doing the same thing, but any tips that I can think of to add, I will be adding. So another thing here, as I'm detangling, if you reach any kind of knots, don't snap them. Don't just pull hard to separate the hair. You want to make sure that you do it as gentle as possible. And I promise you, the more gentle you are with the knots, the easier it's going to untangle. The rougher you are, the tighter the knots are going to get, and it's going to be so difficult for you to detangle your hair. So I highly suggest you use this kind of a Tangle Teaser or any kind of soft brush like this. If you want, you can just finger detangle and deal with the rest of the detangling in the shower. But because of the shed hairs that might not come out during the finger detangling process, that's the other reason why I decide to use a Tangle Teaser. Another option is you can undo all your braids and then section your hair into maybe 4 or 8 and then detangle your hair that way. But I find that that is much more time consuming because every single braid has a different curl pattern based on how you braided it, which means when you get the different curls together and start combing your hair, there is a chance that it can cause even more tangling. So I prefer not to do that. But if you want to detangle your hair later on, I highly suggest that you can also just section your hair when you're done and detangle it that way. Another thing that a lot of people like to use when detangling hair is aloe vera, and I've noticed that it is very good for a lot of people. However, whatever you use, I suggest you do not oversaturate your hair with the product. Don't make it completely wet. Just make it damp, because when your hair is coming out of braids, it's fragile and it's very possible that it will have quite a bit of knots and shed hairs. So making it completely wet is actually just going to lock in those knots, lock in those mats and tangles, and as you're detangling your hair, even if it may feel more gentle, your hair might still be snapping and breaking. So try to avoid that. Another reason why I don't use aloe vera is because the time I did use it, I was quite allergic to it and I didn't find the results that amazing. I actually prefer this African Pride product so much. I love it so much. It is very affordable and it lasts for a very long time, especially if you don't have to use it all the time. I only use it when I'm unbraiding my hair. I was getting so tired at this point because just like braiding, even unbraiding is tiresome, and I've kind of been working out a lot recently, so my arms are kind of tired. But anyway, you want to make sure that if you're going to use a detangling product, if you're going to use a detangling product, it should be a product that has a lot of slip. I don't suggest thick or heavy conditioners or leave-in creams or anything like that because they won't necessarily help. Maybe you could just use like a cheapy conditioner that has a lot of slip to it, and maybe something that has like an oil in it that can really help. But I would not suggest you just slather on like a thick, deep conditioner because it actually could cause breakage. And just like that, the other side is done. And now I'm taking out these little individual twists. And the reason I'm taking them out is one, so you can see what all my hair looks like, but also it's very weird to wash your hair in these kinds of like long sections. I always wash my hair in 4 sections. So once I take this out, I actually will section my hair into 4 and you see that. But as you can see, I'm just taking out these twists and my hair looks so good and so healthy. Usually hair has like a lackluster, thinner kind of feel once you take out braids. But if you do them the right way, like I did, I have a whole braids playlist that I'll link at the end of this video, possibly in the eye as well. You see how I take care of my braids, and you can actually experience such amazing growth and health and have thicker, longer, and fuller hair even right after your braids, including all your shedding. So you can just see how good the hair looks right now. Okay, so this is my hair after I'm done taking it out. As you can see, it is still super thick. It is doing so well. I am so surprised about the growth. Like, I can literally see an actual hair growth difference. So that is awesome. Now I'm going to twist this up into about 4 sections, like the sections I'll actually wash my hair in, and I will leave this pre-shampoo in my hair overnight. I do not sleep with wet hair because it just adds to like that mushy kind of oversaturated feeling, and it can also cause breakage if your hair is too soft. Not to mention it makes my scalp really itchy, and scratching your scalp can be damaging and can make you rip more hair out. So yes, I'm going to leave this in my hair in the twists. It's going to dry by the time I sleep, and then when it's time to wash it out, it's just easily going to wash out. And just so you know, because I won't be showing this, I will be washing my hair with a shampoo, the usual one that I use by Cream of Nature, and then a deep condition. I always do an intensive treatment on my hair right after I take it out because it needs it after being in braids for that long. The other reason why I'm not washing my hair today is, one, I'm tired. As you could see, as I was taking this out, I was getting super tired. But second of all, I feel like it's a lot of manipulation on my hair, unbraiding, retwisting, sectioning, detangling. So I feel like it's a lot of stress to put on my hair in one day to go ahead and then wash and do that. So I like it to breathe for a day and then go ahead and do that the next day. This is the amount of shedding that I got, which it seems like it's a lot, but for me, this is pretty normal after about 5 weeks of not combing my hair. So this is normal shedding. Almost all the hairs here are actually shed hairs and not broken hairs, which is why the ball also seems so big, because you have to take into consideration how long my hair is and how thick the individual strands of my hair is. So if your hair is way shorter than mine and way finer than mine and you have this amount of shedding, it might be a little bit too much. But if you have more hair than me and longer hair than me, it might even be double the size considering the length and the thickness of your hair. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now you can just see how I twist these back in the voiceover, how I twist these up, and then my unbraiding day will be done. Okay, so this part is super simple. I'm just braiding my hair, not braiding it, twisting it in 4 sections. And so this is the front of one side. I just divided each side into 2, and I'm just doing 2 big loose twists, and these are the sections I'm going to wash my hair in. And so I'm doing the same that I did to the front to every single section. I don't need to make multiple sections again because I will be doing a wash and go, and I'm just going ahead to just twist these up so I can easily wash my hair in the sections. And it is very important that you wash your hair in sections, especially after braiding, because even after all this detangling, once you add the water and everything, they might still be a couple shed hairs that are left over in your hair. So washing it in sections just helps make sure that every single section is detangled very, very well. And it also makes sure that every single part of your hair is nicely shampooed and deep conditioned, because after braids, again, you want to make sure that you reach every single part of your hair that may have not got enough moisture or cleaning or anything like that while it was in the braid. So you want to make sure you do something that's kind of intensive but not over manipulating on your hair. So just doing these sections is going to help you a lot, whether you have thick hair or thin hair. It really will help you. So I went ahead and washed my hair with a shampoo. I went ahead and deep conditioned my hair, and you actually see that in a different video. I used Moringa again in my deep conditioner. After I washed it, this is what my hair looked like. I did a wash and go, and you can see my hair looks healthy. Of course, my hair is still wet and quite white, but you can see some growth, some length. It looks so good.